Or rats are falling on the roof.
Or the zombies are beating on the door. Probably rats on the roof. That makes sense. That's a theme for us, is rats falling from the sky. But,
hello, everyone, and welcome back this week to our talks.
Our tank talks. Welcome to another tank talk, everybody. I'm Keith.
I'm Brandon. What you been up to, Keith?
Not a whole lot. I really had to focus on saying my name because I recently recorded some game talks with Will. This is going to be a shameless plug.
You don't say your name on those ones?
Well, we intend to, but we forget, much like we always forgot in the beginning of Tank Talks. So if you want to go see me not say my name, go over to Tank Media Games YouTube channel and watch some game talks.
You know, I was talking to Will about them, and I said I really enjoyed them because I know for some of them you have little skits at the beginning, which I really enjoy. But even the ones where you don't have them, you could just tell that both of you really enjoy what you're talking about. And I've come to realize that if it comes to like just little videos on YouTube, or if it comes to podcasts or music or whatever, you can really tell a difference between the people who are just doing something to do it and people who really enjoy that art they're doing.
Well, you made me feel good, Brandon. Do you know what also makes me feel good?
What?
Drink!
I can't tell if that's when you're going to do the tank thing, or now if you're going to do it and just have that awkward
Well, now that we've had the awkward pause, I think I might keep it. Brandon, you may notice the different backdrop we have today.
Yes.
We're not in a different place. We are in the same Tank Media Network studios. We're just in the middle of a little remodel, a little spruce up action. It's going to take us a little while. This actually looks way better than our last backdrop, I will say.
Maybe you should have lied to people and said that we are at a different location, and we could have just made like 4 different backdrops here, and we'd say like, oh, we're in the Seattle studio, or oh, we're in the South Antarctica studio.
Yeah, this studio is the one in the underground cabin that is so old. Brandon, what do we have to drink today?
We got some Cafe Monster. It's 100% Arabica.
100% Arabica beans, baby. Give me some coffee.
This has 150 milligrams of caffeine.
We got some mugs. If you will notice the insignia on the mug, that is the K and E from from mine and Lizzie's wedding.
I was wondering what that was from.
So you'll see us drink from the Keith and Elizabeth wedding mug.
It kind of smells like Books A Million.
Really?
Like the coffee thing they have in there?
So it doesn't actually smell like books. Okay, I understand. I understand what you're saying now. I was wondering how this was going to smell like books. Sure, yeah, I can get a kind of a Books A Million vibe from this.
I feel like someone needs to start saying, do you want 2 free months of this magazine?
No, I do not. But I will have a drink. Ooh,
I really enjoy that.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
That's up my alley for coffee.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's tasty. Don't get me wrong. It's got my brain buzzing.
You gotta chill it down. You gotta shake it up, and you enjoy it. We didn't shake it, but we chilled it and enjoyed it.
Maybe we should have shaken it.
I think we've documented a lot that when it comes to coffee, for you it's very very little sugar. Maybe if you're splurging, maybe a little bit of creamer on a bad day.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't think you even classify my drink as coffee.
Because a lot of times I don't.
Typically, it's like a up to here with coffee. If I was going to make coffee right now, and then the rest would be cream and sugar.
Brandon, to each their own with the coffee. I have found that the older I get, the more sugar I put in there, the less appearances I care to keep up. Like I just dump some sugar in there, man. Make it sweet, make it tasty.
I think I could see myself waking up every day with some Caramel Cafe Monster.
You'll eventually be rolling out of the bed into your crane that takes you to work with all this sugar.
Maybe let's see how much sugar's in this. There's only 1.5 grams of sugar.
Really? Is that what
No, it's 49 grams.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So it's not that too bad.
So does it get the Tank Media recommendation, Brandon?
Oh, I think that might be the greatest thing we've ever tried.
I mean, it's tasty. There's nothing. It is rich. It is decadent. It is tasty. 100% Arabica.
I keep turning this around because I keep thinking there's a logo I need to show the audience, but it's just you and Lizzie's initials.
Yeah,
so it's like I'm promoting, like, hey everyone, make sure you go check out Keith and Lizzie's marriage.
The whole thing is, this is truly a sponsor. Keith is a big sponsor of Tank Media Network. So, Brandon, why are we here today? We're here, we got mugs, we're in the studio, it's grimy, it's grungy, it's nasty as it always been. We got work to do in here, folks. We'll keep you posted. But we're here, we're talking about something, because it's a tank talk. What are we talking about today?
I got to have another opportunity to be an extra in a TV show.
Brandon, at first I would have said you are not famous. But today I will say you are a famous movie star.
See, that's why you got to be careful about this extras work, because there's a lot of people that you'll run into and they'll be like, oh, I've been in this, and they'll list like 20 movies.
Yep.
And you realize that they're just like their classmate number 37 on there or whatever. So you have to be careful, because you don't want to just throw that around and make people think that you're famous. Yes.
Question about, so based on what you just said, will you be credited in this television program?
Yes.
Your name will be in the credits.
In the other one, I was not credited at all.
Yeah.
This one, I will be credited. Yes, I will.
And they tell you that? They say you'll be credited?
No, it's just because that's how it is in there.
Okay. All right. Well, tell me about it.
So
you're right. Yeah. Tell me. I want setting. I want location, which is the same. I want you and Jordan doing this thing together.
I want second by second the plot.
Yes. Give me. If you were there for several hours, folks. This will be a 2 to 3 hour tank talk. So settle in.
So yeah, me and Jordan, we got to do this one together, because in the other one, I just really went and sat in the back, and they didn't use. They had like 40 of us, and they only used like 10 of us each time. And Jordan got to be using the other one. But really, the other one I just went and sat around. But this one I actually got to be in a couple of scenes, so it was really cool getting to see how they shoot all of it and all.
Can you tell us the program?
Yeah, it is the Righteous Gemstones. It's a Danny McBride HBO show.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool, because I, after the fact, I went back and started watching some of his stuff, and he really impressed me, because I was telling Jordan that there's people out there that all they do is act.
Right.
And like that's really all they can do, or like all they do is direct or whatever, which is still really cool. But when you have someone like Danny McBride, where he is co-directing, co-writing, and co-starring in the show, it was really cool, because it'd be times where we'd film something, and if he was in it, he would have to stop, run back, watch how the tape was, then go back. Whereas all the other actors were just kind of like sitting there waiting to reshoot.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering, because I didn't realize that he was directing the show, and
I don't know if it's gonna say co-directed it or not, but I know that he it's like his show, so
but
there was a lot of that.
I wondered very much, because I watched A Quiet Place this weekend with Lizzie, and it's directed by John Krasinski.
Yeah.
He's also the star of the movie. I kind of wonder what that dynamic is like.
Did he write it as well?
Probably so. That's a good film. We can talk about
that later.
I think
that he co-wrote it as well. But yeah, there's another example of just for him, he was having to run and go and like look at the video and all.
Interesting.
So it was really cool. If anyone out there has an opportunity to be an extra, you should go do it, because the catering is amazing. You get paid really well to do it.
Do it for the food.
And so instead of just rambling for 30 minutes, I had 3 main takeaways from this.
Okay.
Number 1, it takes so long to film stuff for TV.
Yeah.
Like I was in multiple scenes that I'm going to be on, or not even like me on camera. Yeah. Just the scene itself will be on for like 5 seconds. And like one of them, probably when it comes out, I'll have to say, hey, you see that green blur back there? That's me. And there's another one where I'll be able to say like, oh yeah, that's me walking down the sidewalk or whatever.
Green blur.
But like, not even them setting up like all the props and all in there, but just us being in there, it took us like an hour and a half to 2 hours to run through it.
Wow.
And it was just 5 seconds, and it was just them saying like, all right, you do this, you do that. And it blew my mind to do that, because as you know with our skits, or as like people watching these videos, if you watch our skits, most of the people on have even been in our skits watching this.
If you're watching this, you've either been in a skit or you've seen one. There's no way that you haven't.
What if we had someone that just hated all of our videos, but they loved us, right? But they hated everyone else.
Friend, I'd kill for that.
Yeah. Just to get an email saying that we hate all of your friends?
No, I wouldn't want that email, but I wouldn't mind an email that said like, hey, you don't need everybody else, just the 2 of you sit down and talk. Not because I don't like everybody else, that just make life easier.
I think I would appreciate that if they said like, I don't like everyone else, so here's $5,000.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, oh, okay.
I guess it would be better if they said, if we had like 100,000 people who felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
If 100,000 people sent us an email that said, hey, maybe not everybody else, just you two.
How would we tell our friends though? Because at that point we'd say we're ditching you for money, or we would just.
I would tell them with a band of dollar bills and say like, you want to come work behind the scenes, or you want to pout about not being on camera? That's all there is to it. Like the people have spoken. I can do that because they don't know me as well.
Man, now it's going to be really bad, though, if we get people saying, like, we hate YouTube, we love everyone else.
Well, that's not an option. Because it's our stuff.
I don't know.
Josh could take it. But let's talk about their stuff, please.
So it was just cool. It was cool and weird seeing how much, like, money, because all the extras are getting paid, all the crew's getting paid, and just all the time it took for them to, like, put together the scene. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, this was probably, at that point, you're spending, like, $10,000 a second, and you're spending a good, like, probably, like, 30 to 45 minutes per second. Like, with all the setup and all this acting and all.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's not even including, like, checking skin and all. Like, if you're going to count all that, then you're spending, like, an hour more per second.
Because I think we look at how much movies cost as civilians, and we think, like, how could it possibly cost that much?
Yeah.
But all the people that were there for this thing you're shooting, they all have to get paid. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, the scene we were in, we had probably, like, 20 extras. So that's not including people who are, like, really in the show or have speaking lines or whatever. So we're getting paid $8 an hour. So each, like, that's $160 each hour. Like, we're in there.
Per person.
Yeah.
In the fact that you were in a coliseum, right? There's a lot of people there. It wasn't like 6 extras.
Yeah, and so because we went one day, 2 of the days I went, we had like over 350 people there. So at that point, you're just racking it up every hour you're there.
That's crazy.
And then the second thing was, whereas on Miss Mercedes, I really didn't know any of the only guy that I saw on there was, I think he was like in like Dumb and Dumber. He was playing like some, I don't know what role he plays.
Okay.
But like he was playing a really small role, I think. But on this show, like I knew John Goodman, I knew Adam Devine. I think that's how you say it, or it might be Devine. It's the guy from Workaholics and all.
Yeah.
And then Danny McBride. Like I knew all 3 of them, and so I got to be in like 3 scenes where it had all of them, and then a couple of times I got to see like them just walking like by themselves.
Sure.
And so it was cool to see them, but it's also realizing you can't go and talk to them because they're working right now.
Yeah, right.
They're not just hanging around and all.
Sure.
So it's cool to see them, but also you start thinking you can't go do that because they're going to hate you. But even if you go talk to them, there's so many ways that can go wrong and so few ways they can go right.
I think the thing with that is like for you like I'm so different than everyone you're going to talk to. That's the mindset that any person going to talk to someone famous approaches them with, is that I'm not like the other sheep that come to talk to you. I'm different.
Like, oh, here, I'm working on this project. Like, I got some scripts.
Exactly.
Or you ask something like, hey, so like in Eastbound and Down, like in episode 3, how did you dig deep to find that hat? Like,
and everybody is coming to them thinking the same thing. Everybody thinks that they're special or whatever, and whether you're special or not, from their point of view, I imagine all those interactions are the same. Like, I don't really have time for this. Like I would like to see a statistic on how many people have walked up to a famous person with like, they're going to help me become famous, like just out of the blue, and how many times that's worked, because I imagine it's very low.
I think that the 2 things that I found out that you could say, or in my mind that would have worked, is me walking behind and say, nice shoes, bro. Because he had these like really like, there's these white shoes, and they had a tip on them that were like that long.
Are you going to hit John Goodman with nice shoes, bro?
Oh no, this was just Danny McBride.
Okay.
Nice shoes. Then I think that if like you were in line to get food and you said like, hey man, stay away from the chicken, then it would work for all of them, because then it's like, oh, this guy's just,
those are solid
2 dudes.
Because I think the approach that most people take are, I gotta hit them with the important stuff.
Yeah.
Because I only have 2 seconds. I gotta hit them with here's my script. But I think it's important, like if you could, I think. It must be raining. Yeah, it's raining.
Or rats are falling on the roof.
Or the zombies are beating on the door. Probably rats on the roof. That makes sense. That's a theme for us, is rats falling from the sky. But, anyway, people come up and they want to hit you with the important stuff first. But I think celebrities are probably the same tactic with anyone. Mm-hmm. If you can make them laugh, then you're in. Not in, but if you lean over and you say like you're beside John Goodman going down the food trough. Yeah. Like, and he's going to hit the chicken. You're like, whoa, stay away from the chicken. It's not so great, or whatever. Like, if you can get a chuckle out of John Goodman, maybe he turns and says like, oh, what's your name? But he definitely doesn't like the person who turns and says like, as he's trying to get his food, like, here's my script for this Roseanne spinoff where it's the apocalypse and you have a pack of wolves and your family. Yeah.
The one time that I came close was we were like a few of us got hand selected for this scene where we have to do like there's some action like involved, like some like running or whatever. And he was like telling us like Danny McBride was like, hey, I just want to see, like, this is what y'all need to do and all. And like in my mind, I was like, well, I took movement for the actor. Yeah. I so badly wanted to say like, don't worry, Danny, I got this. I took movement for the actor. And then I just like, he would be like, what does that mean?
I just picture this is a scene from a different HBO show where like it's about you and like you raise your hand like as an extra. Also, we should make we make a show about extras, but he's telling y'all what to do and you like raise your hand really slow. And Danny McBride is like exasperated. Like, he's like, yes, in the back. And he's like, you're like, actually, I think we should do it this way. And then he just kicks you out. Like, oh man.
So, and then moving the third is the people you run into there.
Sure.
And really, every time that I went there, I found one person that was really cool. Mm-hmm. Like, either they'd done a lot of extras work, or in this previous time, they just needed so many people. It was a lot of people that they did this for a hobby.
Yeah.
So I got to meet people that one of them was a psychiatrist for like prison. And so it was just cool because I asked her about like her job. She told me about it, and it was really cool. And we met this other woman who was from Pennsylvania, and she was just talking about like the difference between here and there and all, and it was really cool. But I met this group of people that were just the worst people I've ever met. And like the first night I ran into them was like on Wednesday night, and Jordan, my fiance, was like, look at that girl's skirt. It's just too tight. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, oh, maybe it's just someone that like showed up, but just it
truly was too tight.
But like it was like on a cringy like way.
Cringy
like
too
it's
tight?
kind of like there's people who wear something and you're like, oh, they probably put that on just because like they want to look attractive, or they didn't realize it, or maybe they're like they rushed out of the house and they're like, oh man, I have to like I can only wear like something beige, and it's the only thing I have. But with this one, it was just real, like you almost wanted to go up and say, hey, could you go change?
Are you saying like she does not belong in this skirt?
Yeah, like it's not like she was like...
You're not like, body shaming, are you, Brandon? Don't body
No, it's not anything like that. She knows what she was doing, but it's just like, it's like if she thought, oh, I want to look attractive, I'm going to buy a skirt for like a toddler.
Okay.
And so it was just very like cringy. And the next day I was there, and they made us all go like sit beside each other, and they just like, the one guy, he walked up and I was like biting my nails, and he was like, you need to stop chewing on your hand, man. We're gonna eat soon. Just take that hand out of your mouth. And I was like,
man,
okay.
He's going for a little comedy.
And I was like, oh, okay, man. And he walked up like later on, and I was talking to this guy, and he was like, yeah, just like this guy right here was just gnawing on his hand, and I was like, hey, you take that out of your mouth. And I was like, okay, this isn't funny because people don't know who we are. Yeah, like you're recycling it. But also, people don't know that I'm not someone who just gnaws on my hand, right?
Yeah. No one has the categories to know that this man I don't know actually does not, like, people picture you like.
And then they kept on saying stuff, like everything they said was like being like in one of those like sitcoms on the Disney Channel or CBS, where everything you say has to be a joke or set up for a joke.
Yeah.
And they kept looking at me, and I got to the point where I was like, I'm about to either scream at these people or I'm going to start crying. Do we need to speak louder because of the rain?
I don't know, Brandon. I feel like we're approaching the end of this video anyway.
Maybe.
I don't know if we could stop the rain.
And so to finish it up, he And he kept telling people that. And I went up to another person and I was asking them how their like scene went. And he was like, "Do you know this guy?" And they were like, "What?" He's like, "This guy had his whole hand in his mouth before they brought food out here." And I was like, "You need to stop it." And then like another time I went back up and got seconds. But this time I got like just a little bit of chicken. So I went back and the woman was like, "Oh my gosh, is that all you're gonna eat?" And I was like, "No, I already ate." And then the guy was like, "That's the 5th plate that guy's got. I saw him."
Good Lord.
And just kept, and I was like, these aren't jokes that people know are jokes. You're just making it sound like I'm someone who is taking food.
I'm a hand eater. You're making me seem like I'm a big fat hand eater.
So it's just, if you go there, you're not going to be successful by making the whole room laugh or hate you.
Right, exactly. You're not going to make the whole room laugh, but you could make the whole room hate you.
Yes. So depending on what you want to achieve here, those are the steps to it.
Yeah.
So in closing, if you have the opportunity to be an extra in a movie or TV show, it pays well. Number 2, the catering is typically really amazing. If not, you get a lot of free food take home. Mm-hmm. You get to meet cool people, number 3. And then number 4, since we always do number 3s, is number 4, you might get to meet some cool people.
You might get to tell a story about it on the internet as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, folks. Thank you for sticking around. Brandon's got some good stories. He's a movie star now, so it'll be only a matter of time before I have to find a new partner. TV star, excuse me. But it'll still only be a matter of time before you go to HBO and I have to find someone else to keep our fledgling YouTube channel.
You have to go to TBS.
Yep, I'll have to go there. But we hope you enjoyed it. We hope that you will like this video, that you will comment upon it. If you like our videos, share them with a friend. We like your friends.
Share them with an enemy if you hate them.
Yeah, share them with an enemy. Share them with somebody. Share them with your grandma.
I'd say if you hate like Best Buy, the next time you're in there, you should turn on all of their computers onto just the video of ours that you hate the most, and just let them play.
Blast it.
Suffocate Best Buy.
Suffocate Best Buy with Keith and Brandon. But until next time, we love you very much.